Hi, I'm Ray Pucci with the Delaware County Chamber of Commerce. Welcome to this presentation on pooled employers retirement programs. It's an important subject, and I'm thrilled that Chamber member Integrated Partners has developed a way for other Chamber members to take advantage of recent changes in the federal law. To lead the presentation, I'm happy to introduce Ed Griswold with Integrated Partners, based here in Delhi, and of course, a Delaware County Chamber of Commerce member. Ed?
Thank you, Ray. Before I go into a little bit of the genesis that was behind this, I'd like to introduce my partner, Patrice Borghese, who at this time is at our office in Brewster, New York, one of 50 plus offices Integrated Partner has nationwide. So, Patrice, if you could say hello.
Hello, everyone. I'm Patrice Borghese. As Ed said, I'm in our Brewster, New York office. I have been a planner with Integrated Partners for the past 15 years. Prior to that, I was an equity trader on Wall Street for over 25 years. And I look forward to working with you and potentially the possibility of having a relationship with you. So enjoy the rest of our presentation.
Thank you, Patrice. A little bit about the genesis that led up to this presentation. Being a resident of Delhi and a member of the Delhi County Chamber of Commerce, I've noticed that many small business owners in Delhi County do not have pre-tax savings programs for themselves and or their employees. So thinking cost might be a problem. Last year, I went to our pension team at Integrated Pension to ask if they could design an exclusive member-to-member, lower cost 401k plan to offer Delaware County Chamber of Commerce members as a member-to-member, lower cost program. After a few months, the pension team did develop such a program, but that was then during the height of the COVID pandemic. We decided to wait until, through vaccinations and acquired immunities, there was a lessening of risk to attending indoor gatherings to then offer this program. To walk us through this program, I'm going to introduce Jason Grants, Integrated Pensions Managing Director of Institutional Sales and Marketing, who has over 25 years of experience in retirement plan and pension counseling. All right, Jason, if you could go from here, we'll go forward.
Thanks, Ed and Patrice and Ray. That's a great introduction. And I'm going to quickly here just share my screen so that everyone can follow along and we can walk through. So as Ed mentioned, what we did for the chamber was we created what's called a pooled employer plan. It's intended to be a plan designed for unrelated employers to pool together and gain economies of scale for a retirement plan offering better than they would be able to find if they decided to look for one on their own. This is the agenda for the presentation you're about to see. We're going to talk a little bit about the law that was created or the law that was enacted in 2019 that created pooled employer retirement plans. We'll talk a little bit about the benefits of those programs, what the services are, the team that's going to be in place to support any employer who chooses to join, and what kind of what the expectation should be for cost savings, services, and how we would go about the process of enrolling a company should they want to join this program. So as mentioned, in 2019, a law was enacted called the Secure Act, and it was identified that that there were many challenges for small businesses in establishing retirement plans, and so we wanted to come up with a set of rules that would allow small employers to bundle together in a way that they were previously unable to. So the incentives are actually fairly real. You've got increased tax credits for small employer pension startup plans. You've got a tax credit for certain plan design features. You have plan costs associated with offering an employee retirement plan are minimized or reduced. It's tackled some of the fiduciary issues and some of the practical issues that exist for employers that don't have dedicated HR staff. And so the Secure Act provided a new way to help small and mid-sized employers deliver a more effective and efficient retirement plan solution and minimize the barriers to establishing a new plan. And this program was designed very specifically to tackle a broader societal problem, which is the lack of coverage, of universal coverage. There's a coverage gap in the United States that is tied to large employers versus small employers, where small employers simply don't have access to the same type of quality employee benefit programs as large employers. And so this program was designed specifically with that goal in mind, to try and narrow the coverage gap. Part of that was the law now allows for otherwise unrelated companies to share the benefits and costs associated with pooling together for economies of scale. And the government, as mentioned, was very concerned about some of the challenges. So effective for plan years beginning January 1st, 2021, that's this year, we are now able to bring together an unlimited number of employers into a single plan arrangement, only have to worry about one tax filing, one audit, one fidelity bond, one set of rules. We treat the pooling employers together as if they were a single retirement plan, relieve them from most of the investment, operational, and fiduciary liability, other than sending plan contributions in a timely manner and making sure that their employee data is accurate. There's no geographic constraints or group constraints, and it's eliminated a previous rule that was hindering plan formation, which was called the one bad apple rule, which was a scenario where if you had one employer making mistakes, that it would spoil the plan as a whole. We now have eliminated that, thus allowing for fostering of formation of these pooled employer plans. So we here at Integrated decided that we would establish one of these programs. It's the Integrated Retirement Partners Pooled Employer Plan. And in this program, Integrated assumes most of the fiduciary risk and responsibilities on behalf of the adopting employers. So that means we're going to, we're going to choose who's going to do the record keeping. We're going to be responsible for the plan administration. We're going to take on named fiduciary status of the plan, be responsible for all of our vendor selections. We're going to provide trust and custody. We're going to provide the investment process and select the investments, leaving the employer's responsibility to a very minimal number of things. It's very easy to set up. We've pre-packed the plan already with high quality investments. Because of the nature of pooling together, we get some economies of scale on both cost as well as administrative ease. Only one administrative work on the employer submitting contributions on time. So that's the only thing left for the employers, just making sure they send the money in. And there's no annual audit or filing for individual employers. Instead, it's completed as a plan as a whole, which saves some money for ancillary costs of running and administering retirement plan. Some additional services we provide include both member employer services as well as employee services. So for the employers, we're conducting annual meetings to go over the results of the plan and help you to evaluate its continued value to your staff. That includes providing all of the needed non-discrimination testing, which is still required for each employer. These programs are designed to be fair for all, not advantageous to one group or another. We'll handle all of your onboarding needs. We'll manage the connectivity with your payroll system or provider. And in fact, we're integrated with most of the major payroll platforms to either in a single directional way or in a bi-directional way, depending on who that might be. All of this with a single point of contact for you to work with when questions or service needs arise. For your employees, we're providing dedicated contact for all enrollment needs, including conducting education and enrollment services. And we're providing all employee withdrawals should they need one. Customer service is provided in totality by your integrated team. So who is that team? Well, you've met some of them already. You've met myself, you've met Ed, you've met Patrice, but that's backed by a broad spectrum of retirement and investment professionals here at Integrated Partners, including annuity specialists, retirement specialists, business owner solutions, investment advice, financial planning, and more. Your financial advisor, should you just choose to proceed with us, is Ed Griswold. And Ed is, obviously a local person who's well experienced and whom you all know, and his partner, Patrice Borghese. Team overview. So as mentioned, there's a full team of individuals providing service to you in the field. When you call our team, you get live support right away. It's not a call center situation. And the majority of those individuals are here in New York or local in the Northeast. All emails you send in will go to a single point of contact for your plan, giving you a real boutique service feel that is typical for larger retirement plans. Our firm, Integrated Pension Services, provides the vast majority of the compliance services, and we've been in business for over 40 years, specializing in the private pension system. Retirement plans, frankly, is all we do. 4 team members in our office are licensed to provide enrollment and education meetings to your members and their employees. Can use any of us for questions regarding the investments, the enrollment process, how to access account information online, and of course, your local reps, Ed and Patrice. Members who don't want to deal with plan contributions, we can also handle that aspect of your plan for a small administration fee. And frankly, we've designed this plan so that the burden of the burden of running a retirement plan is as minimal as possible for our employer members. As mentioned, one of the benefits of forming a pooled employer plan is through the economies of scale gained from pooling together otherwise small employers. And so you'll see discounting apply, which can be anywhere from discounting on a startup fee to discounting on annual administration fees. As assets in the plan as a whole grow, any asset-based charges will be reduced. Of course, for a full description of how our fees work and how we would charge you as an employer for joining the plan, we can walk through that in a one-on-one consultation. The fund lineup we've selected is provided by our record keeper, John Hancock. And we periodically will be evaluating the plan, service providers as the plan grows and ages over time. But within their ecosystem, we have access to thousands of investment choices. And from that pool of funds, we've selected a great lineup from many familiar fund families such as Fidelity, Vanguard, BlackRock, and more. You'll have complete access to virtually every asset class you'd want, with services available for do-it-yourselfers who are comfortable mixing and matching their own funds, and prepackaged investments such as target date mutual funds. And investment advice is available every step of the way. Further plan highlights. The plan design was selected to be simple. So what we've done is we've chosen a safe harbor non-elective program, which allows us to eliminate any risk of compliance failure due to non-discrimination. So you don't have to worry about things like top heavy or any other compliance failures. We've also allowed employers who want to put in a additional profit sharing contribution at their discretion. The plan is designed to be what's called an automatic enrollment plan, which means every participant that's eligible starts off in the plan at a 5% rate of pay. Of course, the employee has complete decision-making authority over this. So if they want to opt out, they can do so at any time. If they want to change that 5% contribution either up or down, they can do that at any time. Eligibility is set to be at age 21, having completed 1 year of service, defined as having worked 1,000 hours or more within 12 months. And we've minimized the burden of entry to allow people to join twice a year, on July 1st and January 1st. Contributions are statutory aligned with all 401k rules. And for people who are over 50, you can catch up for years in which you didn't contribute to a plan or didn't contribute the maximum you could have. Rollovers into the plan are also going to be allowed, to allow for people to consolidate all retirement plan accounts in one place. If you are interested in how this program works, of course, you can speak to Ed or Patrice, or you can email my associate Nelson at integrated-pension.com, at which point we'll set up we'll send you some information to provide information to us about your company. And then we'll set up a call so we can review your specific situation and goals and figure out what's the appropriate way to proceed. So that's it from me on how the program is going to work. I'm going to turn it back over to Ray to close us out.
Thank you, Jason, and Patrice and Ed for this very informative presentation. I really hope that you'll investigate the options outlined here. It's a good example of chamber members supporting other chamber members. And remember, at the Delaware County Chamber of Commerce, we really are stronger together. Thanks for joining us.